Hi guys, it's the weekend and I am oh so excited to do tarot readings for the weekend. It's been an exciting, fun, interesting time for me, a water sign, Cancer sign to be exact. It's been fun and it's been exciting because I know a lot of the signs all together. I think we've just been having some rough planetary energy. So a lot of the signs all together have been going through it, and I know the water signs have really been going through it, and I know the Cancers have really been going through it. Breakups, makeups, breakups without makeups, I know is what a lot of people's situations have ended up being. Changes, finding out who you really are and who you're really gonna be for the next 30 or so years of your life, or the next major points of your life. Just a lot of discovery going on with the planetary energies and the planetary aspects and how they've been working together and working against each other out there. The eclipses, the full moons, the new moons, and just all of the solar events that have been happening. So I know yesterday before I started, as I just shuffled the cards, I'm going to talk a little bit more about the cards. I know on the video I did on Wednesday for the weeks, I had talked about, some cards fell out. Not going to take them because I just need to get a good shuffle in. That was a page that was that turned upside down, face up, and we've been getting a lot of pages in the reading, so I didn't feel any urge to take that page. And the other card fell on the floor and it was face down, so I'm not gonna take that because I know my deck needs a shuffle since that last reading I did. The last reading I did was the last video I posted, the weekly reading. So anyway, talking about the cards a little bit more. I forgot to mention on that last video I posted when I was talking about cards that represent myself, because a lot of times when you see people do a spread, especially a Celtic cross spread, a lot of traditional spreads, they'll pick a card that identifies with the quant, or that symbolizes the quant. So a lot of times it'll be a major arcana card that'll not going to take those guys. Didn't even really look at them. I saw the miserly card, but I know we've been miserly. So let's see what else we get as we shuffle the cards. Anyway, so there'll be a lot of the major arcana cards that they will pick to represent the quant. And I mentioned the cards that represent me in the deck, or that I identify myself with, and I said those were the High Priestess, the Empress, and the Strength card. But how could I forget to mention the Cancer card of the Chariot? The Chariot is very much so my card. It's so much so my card, I feel like I don't have to say it's my card because it is immediately recognizable when I see it as my card. And I'm gonna stop chattering, and I am gonna lay the cards. Yeah, I am. I'm gonna lay them, and I'm not gonna block your view. I just want a little bit of energy from spirit, from my crystal, just to get the vibe going into the weekend, guys. So that was the card that identifies with me. The Chariot is always a pushing through of energies, a pushing forward, carrying your message, getting through. Like I said, the Empress always represents me. Hello, Empress. I know the message is coming. I know Spirit says I'm almost there. I'm almost done shuffling. But anyhow, the Chariot is pushing through adversities, getting through trying times, and still pushing forward. So that's just, if you're into tarot cards, or you ever go and read about them and you read about the spreads and understanding the representation of the cards, what the court cards and the major arcana cards, especially the major arcana cards, who they can represent, the energies that are embodied in the cards, and then the signs to which the cards belong to. Because the cards do break down to the elements, water, fire, air, and earth, and then they do break down to the individual signs, Aries through Pisces. So, you guys, it's so much to learn, and there's so many facets and fascinating things about the cards that just all come out to play in truths and wisdoms and different aspects to help you along through life. So let's go ahead and lay the spread for the weekend. It is Friday, guys. It's around 3:30 p.m. on the East Coast. So we're gonna lay 3 cards. One is gonna be for the overall energy right now. What are you trying to leave behind on Friday as we get into the weekend? The middle card is gonna be any obstacles and challenges that we may face or encounter. And then the last card is going to be the outcome or the overall energy into Monday. And we'll lay any additional cards as we need them. Just going to cut the cards because I want to. Let's move the crystal so you guys can see. And let's do the first card. The Hermit upside down, that figures 2 of Swords in the middle and the Ace of Swords upside down. And I just want to know what that Hermit or what that Ace of Swords is going to be about, which I can figure. And if you can see the cards, I laid the 2 of Pentacles on the Hermit just to give me a little bit more info. And I laid the 2 of Cups on the Ace of Swords reverse to give me a little bit more info. And that Hermit and that Ace of Swords was reversed. Awesome. This is a good spread going into the weekend. I like it. Not saying it's good, but just saying I like the feeling I'm getting from about to read it. And guys, it's all about partnerships, other people working together, working in groups. It's all about the socio-economic. It is all about the duality of life. The duality of everything, choices, decisions, situations, creation, the duality. And that is to say, choices, you're weighing one thing against each other. Creation, man cannot create without woman, woman cannot create without man. Partnerships, the male and female duality, or even if you're male and male, female and female, the duality of partnerships. So as you notice, we got 1, 2, 3 number 2 cards. We had Pentacles and choices of the material realm, choices in relationships, choices in homes, destinations, travel plans, thoughts. Here's your choices in thoughts. Here's your choices in communication. So we have a lot of 2s that are showing on the table. But let's first start off with the overall energy that we're leaving now and that we're leaving that we have with us right now on Friday, and that's going to be the Hermit. And it's the Hermit reversed. So it's actually the Hermit reversed to me always means either you're going to turn up the notch a little bit and come out of the Hermit energy. And you know what Hermit is, just to stay out of the social scene, stay to yourself, really contemplate on some mental thoughts, some mental energy to kind of stay in a state of equilibrium until you get some things figured out. But the Hermit reverse to me means that you're done with that. This week, whatever was going on last week and the last couple of weeks leading up to this time, it's time for you to come out of this Hermit energy and turn this major arcana of the Hermit. And you see he has sort of a rod in the card, which is funny. It's funny that this rod is in the Hermit Major Arcana card, because I was going to say you need to turn this into action. You need to turn the thoughts and where the Hermit is into action, which rods and the wands in the decks are action cards. So it's time to stop being in solitude about nothing. Stop crying over spilled milk. Stop dwelling in the thoughts, because after a while, dreams and thoughts mean nothing if you can't bring them into reality and put them into action. And what you're having these thoughts about, what you're trying to come out of the shell, come out of the solitude and the confinement about in the mind or the physical realm or the physicality of it, whether you're shutting yourself off in the home or you really are trapped in your mind, it's about some choices and decisions that you have to make in the material world. It's about how you're going to move forward. What are you going to do regarding a relationship, regarding possessions, material possessions, homes, cars, wealth, what schools are you sending your children to? What travel plans are you having? What choices are you making when it comes to money, finances, and things happening on a material physical realm? So that's what you've probably been in contemplation and in thought and in stagnation over. But I'm seeing we're coming to the end of that as we get into the week and into the upcoming weeks towards the end of the year, going in 2016, because the Hermit did come out in reverse, but then I did pull the 2 of Pentacles, the 2 of decision and contemplation, upright on top of the Hermit. So, and that just led us into the obstacles I just said. I mean, guys, please, you got to pay attention to the cards and understand there's something greater out here than yourself. If you believe in spiritual knowledge and wisdom, then, you know, a wise man knows that he knows nothing at all. Because the obstacles I got for the weekend are the Two of Swords, and I just talked about you being in a hermit state of mind because of the material decisions you have to make. So I already talked about that before the obstacle card even told us what the obstacles were. But the Two of Swords is talking about some kind of indecision or indecisiveness to me in communication. Now, the book definitions of the books that come with the cards definitions may be a little bit different. But when I see this, it's a balancing act of choices. It's a balancing act, not so much the indecision maybe so, but the balancing act of this indecision, of these choices. Like, so far you're balancing it, and I think this weekend you are really going to get into perspective, the obstacle of putting your choices in perspective, like the Christmas list, making your list, checking it twice, you know, the whole gonna find out who's naughty or nice. You're really putting into action the balance, because this is communication. So communication, swords represent communication. You know what I mean? So this is the thoughts and the communicative process is going on to get you to that action.